You've heard me talk a lot about the fact you should not be calling your leads. So today we're going to talk a little bit about that. Now, I want you to really kind of think through problems you've had with calling your leads. And the biggest problem we have is they don't answer the phone. Those that do answer the phone are very standoffish or pessimistic or don't otherwise want to talk to you. And then a very small percentage of them do actually set up an appointment with you, have a meaningful conversation, and then they set up an appointment with you. So what I want you to do is I want you to really think through, if you got today, you got 100 new leads. Let's say you've signed up for a new lead source and over the last few days, you've got 100 leads. Realistically, if you were calling those leads, how many would answer the phone? Let's say you call them 2 or 3 times because they never answer. So you're going to call them today, you're going to call them tonight, and then you're going to call them tomorrow morning. How many of the 100 would answer the call? I want you to keep that number in mind. Out of those that answer the call, how many of them will have a meaningful conversation with you? Meaning they don't say, we're not in a big hurry, we're not interested, I'm already working with a realtor, I don't remember filling that form out online, I was never on Facebook, all the stuff that they say. So out of that smaller percentage that answers the phone, how many of them will have a meaningful conversation with you? Give me that number. And then how many of those will agree to meet with you? And then out of that number, how many cancel? So our big problem, the numbers that you're probably thinking is 100 leads. I could probably, if I really make a lot of calls, speak with 10 or 15. I could probably have a meaningful conversation with 3 or 4, which means I could give a presentation to 1, maybe 1 or 2, but one of them ends up canceling. That's literally the numbers, which is why you hate your leads. The reason they're not converting, the reason you're not making money from it, the reason you think those leads are no good and this service is no good and that coaching is no good and Zillow's stealing all my money and realtor.com sucks and all of these people are unqualified. No, just the people that are so desperate they actually answered the damn phone. They told you they had a credit score of 3, right? So it's not that everybody's unqualified. Maybe the losers you talk to were losers. But this came about because several months ago, we started talking about the fact that there's no need to really call your leads. You can simply give them a presentation and make it so good that they call you and then want to have an appointment. And better yet, they actually know what you offer. So I did this whole training on, I think it was a 23-minute presentation. So I did a 23-minute video. And of course, this goes to real estate agents. And the title was like, never call your leads, or something like that. And of course, this guy, you always get somebody yelling at you in the chat. So this guy down in the comment section, he says, I've been selling real estate for 22 years and we have 3 people that work in our bullpen here and we set up appointments and we're closing deals. Okay, you're closing that many. You could actually close that many if you stood in a clown suit on the corner with a sign that says, I sell real estate. But anyway, he says, let me assure you that nobody is going to watch a presentation before they even know who you are or what you offer. That you have to have a meeting with them first. I'm like, dude, you just watched a 23-minute presentation. You didn't know who I was, and now you know what I do. There is a 0% chance if I would have called you that we would have gotten 1 minute in. There's a 0%. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to do business with me, but there's a 0% chance that we would have gotten 1 minute into a conversation. No, thank you. Nope, not interested. Nope, sorry. Take me off your list. That's what you would be hearing. And the old school approach, and I know if you're an old dog, it's hard to learn the new tricks, but the old school approach is cold calling, door knocking. Like, I'll give you an example. You all remember when you were younger, when the house phone, you used to have a house phone, when the house phone would ring, it sounded like a herd of elephants. Everybody's running to the phone. I got it, Mom. I got it. No, hang up. It's for me. I got it. Did she really hang up? I don't want her listening to our conversation. Like, that's what actually happened, right? Today, people got it in their pocket and they're like, I don't know who that is. I'll let it go to voicemail. If it's important, they'll leave a message. And the more you call, the less your chance. They're going to start programming you as do not answer. They'll literally program you as do not answer. When I was a kid, if we had, it was called company, right? Somebody would knock on the door, ring, oh my gosh, we got company. This is so exciting. I don't even know who it is. Let's get an extra plate at the table, clean up the house a little bit. Let's see who it is. Now, if the doorbell rings, everybody drops to the ground and slithers around like it's a freaking predator trying to get in the house, going to get your weapon to see who is unannounced knocking at the door. And there are still coaches saying you should door knock. There are still idiots saying, oh, well, I get big results from this. You don't get big results. You've been doing it 70 years. You'll do it at least 70 more until you're 140 years old. That's how long you're going to be doing it. So when you look at how you respond to these things, it has nothing to do with your offer. It has nothing to do with your script. It has to do with how you're presenting yourself. They are going to be combative against anything that you try to get them to do. If you try to get them to talk to you, if you try to get them to have a meaningful conversation, their sole purpose is to not talk on the phone. Give your presentation so they'll want to meet with you, and they'll want to meet with you after they call you. What you'll never see me do is call or email or text message an agent, say, hey, I was just wondering, are you thinking about getting into coaching? Are you familiar with the benefits? Let's have a strategy call where I can sell the hell out of it. I ain't talking to nobody. None, never. Every single day we have people contact our office. Can I talk to some? No, you cannot. We have tens of thousands of people in our audience. So here's what I want you to do. Get all of your leads in one spot. Now, it's actually going to be two spots because you're going to have email, text message, direct mail, but you're also going to have social. So that's going to be different, right? Now, I might have Facebook and YouTube, but what I can do is I can create a video, post it on YouTube. I can email everybody that I have an email address for and say, check out this link. The video itself has the call to action in it. That's what you do instead of calling them. So if the reason you're calling them is to set up an appointment to go meet them and give them a presentation, why don't you just give them the presentation? This is the same as me sitting across the kitchen table from you right now. Now, I know people are going to say, oh, it's a people business and it's the emotion. You're not going to get there except for one of 100 people. Now, let's say that I record this presentation and I put it in front of 100 online. Do you think those 100 leads that I have, I'll get at least 50 or 60 to watch the presentation? Now I can get paid. But if I take those 100 leads and I call them and I try and get them to have a stranger come to their house at 6:30 at night, they're not ready yet. They're still thinking about it. They got to get the house ready. They're not going to have somebody come in their house before it's actually ready to happen. So I can do video. I don't want you to think Greg said do a Facebook Live. No, you can do a Facebook Live. You can do a pre-recorded video and host it on Facebook. You can do a pre-recorded video and put it on YouTube. You can do a bomb. You can do a email. You can do a text to them. You could do a text-based email, a text-based email with a picture, a text-based email with a link that goes to a video. There's a million ways you can follow up with people. We provide a newsletter for you that goes out every single month. You can be doing a lot with direct mail, the agent selection guide. There's so many things you can do instead of calling them and having this contentious relationship to start with. You've heard me say before, like, everybody answers the phone stating one thing. Sometimes it's a statement, sometimes it's a question. They all say the same thing, everybody that you call. Here's what happens. This is what goes on in their mind in a fraction of a second. They're going to say, oh, my phone's ringing. Oh, it's my mom. Hello? That's a statement. Or in a fraction of a second, this is exactly what happens. Oh, my phone's ringing. Who the heck is that? Might be about the kids. They're at school right now. I better answer it. Hello? That was a question. Who the hell are you and why would I want to talk to you? You're doing all of that. You're creating way too many problems. Yes, you can still make money from calling people, but you make that much money from calling people. The agents that make comments on our public on Facebook and YouTube and that type of thing, the agents that do that don't realize how ridiculous they sound. To say, I watched this presentation and nobody's going to watch this presentation if they don't love you and know you and trust you already. Well, you just watched my shit. Like, you just did that. Well, we've been doing phone calls. I've been selling real estate for 53 years. There's your problem. You're going to be doing it for another 53 as well. How's your finances look? I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm saying you shouldn't do it.
Hey, it's Greg Luther, and listen, if you don't follow this channel, there's a good chance you're never going to see me again. I consistently put out regular content, and it's extremely helpful for real estate agents to grow their business. I want to keep you up to date on what's working so that you're in the know and you can take action accordingly. So be sure that you like and comment here, but most importantly, make sure you follow, share, and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on anything. I'm here to help you in growing your business, and I'd love to do so. Follow right now.